Here we are back on the homestead. I did a video a week or two ago and I was shooting my bow and it turned out to just be like a funny, goofy video that really didn't make too much sense. I was just target practicing and decided what the heck, I'll record it, and when I got to the editing phase I had my brother with me and it got out of control. So I'm gonna do the video again and actually explain a little bit more about what I'm doing. I'm just target practicing with my new Hoyt Carbon RX1. It was the first bow in the Redwork series. It is a super sweet bow. It's 32-inch axle to axle. I have mine set at 70 pounds. That's the draw weight, 70 pounds. So it's really got a good pull. But yeah, so anyway, I'll show you the bow and then I'll take some shots at the target and we'll get the GoPro down there so you can actually see where I'm hitting this time and all that. So, all right, let's check out the bow. Alright, I'm back. So I got some shots of the bow. Anyway, so check this out. It's a little dusty. But I found some plans online and I built myself one of these bow racks. This thing's pretty sweet. It's made out of all PVC tubing glued together, and I don't know if you guys are interested. Maybe I'll do a video on how to make one of those. But it can hold 2 bows, or I guess it can hold as many as you can fit on there, but 2 bows, and then you got a little spot for your arrows. You can hold extra arrows. Little bit of padding up here so you don't scratch your bow up, even though it's plastic. It's just painted it black. But anyway, yeah, if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do a video on building one of those. But anyway, so I want to show you that. It's pretty sweet. Carbon RX1 in the Redwork series. It's first bow to come out in the Redwork series. I got it last year, beginning of last summer. I got it. Anyway, this bow's super sweet. I got it set at 70 pounds. That's how hard it is to pull back. It's got a 70-pound draw, they call it. It's got the ripcord, the new ripcord fall away rest on it in green, because I'm doing obviously the green and black color scheme. The cool thing about this fall away rest is it's got this little cord on it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that little cord, for anyone who's never really shot a bow before, that little cord right there, that little black cord, it connects to these green cables. So when you pull the string back and the cables slide back, it actually lifts, so I can get a better angle at it, it actually lifts this arrow rest up. So there's a cable attached to that right back here. So you draw back, it lifts this up, it locks in place just like that, and it's the force of that string coming forward that actually drops it down. And the vanes on your arrow, it actually falls fast enough. If it's timed right, it falls fast enough and the vanes of your arrow won't actually hit it. That's the other problem, is it has to be timed right. If the string's too long or the string's too short, it's all out of whack. So you take it to your bow shop, they can fix it. It'll take the guy like 2 minutes to figure out, or girl, figure out what is wrong with this thing. I've had my vanes hitting that drop away rest bunch of different times. I take it to the bow shop, they pull the string back on a board and all this, and they can figure it out. They retie the string and it's good to go. So anyway, that's the type of arrow rest I like to shoot. As soon as that arrow flies, there is absolutely no friction on that arrow. As soon as it leaves, while it's leaving the bow, there's no friction to slow that arrow down. So that means the arrow can go faster. Okay, what else we got? I'm using just a Hoyt brand stabilizer. It keeps the bow from, helps you balance the bow while you're holding it. It does add a little bit of weight to it though. Okay, I got a bunch of these little silencers all over the bow. These little rubber pieces, they're just meant to dampen the sound and help vibration through the bow and all that. I got the tight spot quiver because I do a lot of, walking through the woods and stuff, and bushes and branches and things. You don't want all that stuff, ripping into your arrows and pulling them out of your quiver and all that. So this tight spot quiver actually keeps that a really tight profile. It's really tight to the bow, which I like. I'm also shooting full metal jackets, which is a combination of a carbon arrow and an aluminum with an aluminum casing. So it's an aluminum arrow and a carbon arrow together. Super strong, super durable, super fast. What else we got going on? I got the blazer vanes. The fuse adjustable sight here. This sight is so cool. If you're a long distance shooter, these are perfect because not only do you have 5 pins already in it, and so you can start at 10 yards up to 50, you can go start at 20 yards, go up to 60, and it also has this slider right here. So once you've maxed out your 50 or 60 yard shot with your pins, you drop this down, and when you drop your sight down, you start aiming up. The farther down your sight is, the more you're aiming up with the bow. So that means the farther you can shoot, your arrow's going up farther. So you just start dropping these down. You can start ticking off 70 yards, 80 yards, 90 yards, 100 yards, however far you can go till you run out of tape. I don't shoot that far, so that's not happening. But anyway, I got the GoPro down here on the target, so we're actually going to see the arrows hitting this time. Last time I shot and I was not doing so good, so I didn't even put it in the video. This time we're going to put it in the video. We're going to figure out how far we're shooting. 20 yards. I'm exactly at 20 yards right here. And so 20 yards is 60 feet, okay? 3 yards in a foot, or 3 feet in a yard. So it's 60 feet. That's it. And that's really not that far. Once you get back into like 40 and 50 yards, now you're starting to make some shots. Here we go, 20 yards. That wasn't too bad. Okay, and for all you like really newbies, this thing here is called a peep sight. If you look at it just right, when the string's pulled back, yeah, you see there's a hole in there? So when the string's pulled back, that levels out. Right now it's on an angle, but when the string's back, you're looking straight through it. So you look through that peep sight, and you line it up with one of those pins up here. So peep sight, pin, target. Okay? That's how you aim with them. And there's a lot of adjusting you got to do when you first set up, but once you get those sight pretty much dialed in the right spot, then it's only like just little micro movements. Okay. And each pin is set up for a different yardage. I don't like having my first pin set at 20 yards because I always forget. Over all the years of shooting and all the bows I've had, it's always been 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever. I set this bow up so that the first pin is my 20-yard pin because the 10 and 20 it's so close you don't even need a 10-yard pin. And I set it up for 20 yards. Well, then I forgot that my 30-yard mark was actually my second pin and my 40-yard mark was my third pin, so it messed me all up. I started shooting all over the place. So I just set it up so I got 2 pins real close together. I got a 10-yard, 20-yard, 30-yard, 40-yard, and so on. Look at that. Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? That was perfect. All right. See if we can't do 3 in there. At least I think the first one's in there. Oh yeah, she's in there. She's in there. It's so smooth. It's so fast. So, come on. Let's go pull them out. Here, you can walk with me. You can walk with me while we go up here and pull these arrows out of the target. It's only 20 yards. It's nothing fancy, so. Yeah, look at that. Look at that there. Oh, would you look at that? It's not too bad. We'll pull them. We'll just pull them out of there. I tell you what, these black hole targets are money. I mean, look how easy it is. Now these, I've been shooting this one a little while, so the arrows are going farther and farther through it. But I mean, these things, it's kind of stuck in this bag target. But if it's not stuck in that bag target in the back, they just, I mean, you can pull these out with 2 fingers. So easy. You know, there's a lot of them bag targets. They're real cheap. You can get them on, you know, you get them at Walmart and everything. But you know, the cheaper the target, almost, it's like the harder it is to pull them arrows out. I mean, you're really like, you got to get your foot up in there and yank on it. I don't like that. All right, let's shoot a couple more here. If you guys have any questions, throw them down in the comments. I mean, if you're any questions about the gear that I'm using, or you know, any of that stuff, feel free to actually communicate with me. I'll talk back to you. I'll get back at you. Yeah. Where'd my target go? Okay, there it is. All right, let's shoot a couple more at 20 yards. What do you say? Okay. Here we go, 20 yards. Let's try it again. I got the Luminox on there. Lighted Nox, so you can actually see where your arrow's going and where it hits. Oops. And then you throw it on the ground like that. Yeah. Throw it on the ground. Okay, here we go. 20 yards. Ooh, baby. Posture is super important. If you don't, you know, the closer to perfect you can get your body every single time you draw that bow back, better you're going to be on target. I'm not a professional. I don't know exactly where the right, you know, but I just know that I have to put myself in the same exact position every single time. Boom, look at that. Look at that. What's also nice about this rest is when you click it up, you can click it up yourself. You don't have to let the string click it up, but when you can click it up. See, watch. So I put the arrow on. Now if you pull that bow back, you know, the arrow might accidentally fall out, and that's a pain in the butt. But you can actually lift this up, and then you have this bar up here. So it actually traps your arrow. So when you're walking around, or if you're just waiting, or when you draw, you know, you don't have that arrow falling off of your rest, which is really nice. Let's go. 20 yards. Boom, look at that. Would you look at that? But anyway, that's about it. You know, if you want to see a video on that bow stand, let me know. You know, drop some comments, let me know. I'll do that. I'll go out and pick up some, you know, some piping, and I'll show you how I did that. You know what I mean? It's not that expensive, and it's super easy to make. And holds 2 bows or whatever. I've seen some online, people putting cup holders and different things on it. So, you know what I mean? If you are interested in that, let me know. But look at that, 20 yards. Now the first video that I made first video I made with this bow, I said that I hadn't shot the bow in like 6 months, and that was true. And since that day, this is only the second day that I shot it since that last video. So, I mean, that's pretty darn good. Heck, if you just want to see more bow videos, let me know. I might start shooting some videos of, you know, seeing how far I can shoot, you know, stuff like that. I got the bow sighted in at like, I think 60 yards right now, but I'd like to push that. If you guys want to see that, you know, I got plenty of yardage. I can set that up. So you let me know, drop me some comments. But anyway, if you like these videos, also let me know, because feedback is going to help. So let me know, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and I don't really care about the bell thing, but subscribe, like it. Watch time's always good. So all right, peace.